Hello, I'm your instructor, Dr. Christiana Moldrum-Harkulich, and this is Theater 191, The World of the Play. In this video, we'll be discussing what it means to create a world in a play and what sort of things to look for in the script. This week, we're going to discuss what does it mean to create the world of the play. You're going to read a short essay called E.F.'s Visit to a Small Planet by Eleanor Fuchs. And that reading will help you demonstrate all the different ways that you can understand the world of the play, which is essential from bringing a script from the page to the stage. So when we say world of the play, what does that mean? We're talking about the rules and logic that make up the world, because everything in a play is on purpose. This is a really important concept. You can't just assume that the playwright was making stuff up and didn't think about things as they were writing the play. They wrote their play on purpose, and so everything in the play is also on purpose. And that play is also part of a whole, even things that don't seem like it at first. Even though we've already talked about the end of Fences, we're going to talk about that again because this is a moment that really makes the whole world of the play in Fences. The end of Fences tells us a lot about how everything in the play is on purpose. You've already discussed about whether or not you think it's real, but the moment is on purpose regardless of whether or not you as the audience member think it's real. And this moment specifically, after Gabriel finishes blowing his horn, he says, the stage direction says, he finishes his dance and the gates of heaven stand open as wide as God's closet. Gabriel says, that's the way that go, blackout, end of play. This is an important moment. It's the last moment of the play. Now, August Wilson has an internal logic in his play that says that Gabriel can in fact call out to the heavens and open the way for his brother. That is the truth of the world of the play, regardless of whether or not you as the audience member believe it. And it's very close to our actual world. But if you read more of the plays in the Century Cycle, which are all sort of sharing the same world, you'll realize that there are rules that govern the whole of the logic of how characters interact across the plays. Wilson did not just write a world, he wrote a universe. Characters across plays are interconnected, telling a story that is linked across 10 plays an entire century of time. While it is mostly realism in this world, and by that I mean it's very similar, very close to where we are in our everyday world, there are some extra moments that August Wilson has included that make the world even more special and create meaning in different ways. So since you're already familiar with this will be our model. What is the world of the play in Fences? Well, it's the real world. It's not a made-up world. It is part of where we live our everyday. The cities are real. The people have real jobs. Nothing is made up. Nothing is fantasy. It's the real world in the 1950s in Pittsburgh, PA, so it is a very specific idea. Plays thrive on being very specific. It's the real world, but in that world, Gabriel is able to call up to heaven, and that is also part of that real world. So I wanted to point this out to you, and you might feel like I'm harping on it, but it's important to note that these are moments of magic and spiritualism and godliness that are just as real as putting ketchup in a 1950s icebox in the world of the play Fences. So this is our most realistic play that we will read this semester. Our next play, The Importance of Being Earnest, is a little bit different than that. And so it will have more comedic rules, and we're going to talk about that in the next video.